You know what I hate? GPUs. Otherwise known by the everyman as graphics cards, GPUs have been at the center of computer chaos since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2019. Well, actually, not really. GPUs have been at the center of chaos since cryptocurrency mining became a viable living option. Graphics cards in general are hard to come by, especially in early November of 2021, and that's why I hate them, to be completely honest. Now, I know that makes me sound like a complete dunce who doesn't know a thing about chip shortages and scalping, but you should understand that I've been trying to find a new GPU since early 2020. You see, my computer experience started a long time ago, in the distant year of 2017, when I decided, with the influence of a good friend of mine at the time, to build my own PC. I wasn't a tech guy, but I could reverse engineer pretty well, so I figured I'd give it a shot. My first ever PC that I built had a bunch of cool stuff at the time, but it lacked a bit of GPU capability, only holding a GTX 1050. Not only was it a 1050, but it had only one fan too. Ever since then, I've been trying to buy a good graphics card for a reasonable price, but the price of these things is inflated more than the housing real estate market in 2007. Or the college debt of present-day America, or the dot-com market in the 90s, or the credit market and margin stocks of the 1920s. Seriously, a typically $200 to $300 RTX 2060 or even 3060 costs at least $700 and can be almost $900. And don't even think of buying a 3070. These prices are terrible, especially when you consider that these issues are byproducts of the pandemic, which caused scalping and shortages to occur across the globe. I'm really unlucky too, because as I feel it comes the time to change out my graphics card and upgrade, that's when prices decide to skyrocket faster than a prepubescent penis after seeing a pair of tits. It's pretty bad though, because every time I think of a GPU, I want to buy one, but then the cheapskate angel shows up on my left shoulder telling me that I shouldn't pay 3 times over MSRP. He's not wrong either. It's inhumane to force people to buy at extremely high prices even when they're really not that high. The worst part is that there really isn't any sign of prices going back down to MSRP in the long run. Scalpers will probably be around forever and they'll be shat on in their own episode, but I feel as though companies like NVIDIA aren't really doing much to extinguish the ongoing fire in their backyard. Not to say all of this is their fault, but at least AMD is taking new precautions and establishing lower prices on their GPUs. It isn't much, but it's honest work. NVIDIA, on the other hand, has done jack shit in trying to lower their prices, and why would they? Scalpers make them the money they would be making if regular owners like myself got their hands on some of those graphics cards. If you're looking to buy a graphics card, you have 2 viable options that would cost you cheaper than just buying the GPU. The first option consists of camping out stores that sell graphics cards like Best Buy, Micro Center if you have one, Staples, I didn't know that, and Walmart. If you're not that kind of guy, although I honestly would recommend it because you'll buy them maybe like 10% above MSRP, it's way better than online purchases. The second option is to buy a pre-built PC. I would recommend this if you need to replace most of the parts in your PC, or if you're just looking to buy for the first time. Everyone says building your own PC is a great experience, and it really is, but sacrificing thousands of dollars for that is not worth it. You're better off buying pre-built. Of course, it's still gonna cost you over $2 grand, but at least you'll be getting good parts that offset the expensiveness of the GPU. Newegg does this, Best Buy does this, a lot of companies do this. Just look up best pre-built PC company and you'll hit the jackpot. So I've taught you everything that I know about this shitty turd of a situation. If you want to buy a GPU at an alright price, this is most likely the way. But if you're only listening to this so you can hear me say fuck graphics cards, well, today's your lucky day. Fuck graphics cards, I hate them, and I hate anybody who was dumb enough to buy one of them at a ridiculously high price. You scammed yourself out of good money, and now you have to live with the consequences. Bunch of jackass.